Are we going to book this? Should you be booking this or not? With the information I'm about to share with you now, I kind of changed my mind on that. Hello fellow Disney fans, I am Ree from mummyof4.com and welcome back to my Disney dedicated channel, Mummy of 4 Does Disney. Today we are talking all about the Disney Magic at Sea staycations, which are open to UK residents only, and all of the COVID restrictions and regulations that have been announced, and people are having all sorts of reactions to these. I'm going to give you my take on it and the answer to the question I've been asked all day, which is, are we still planning to book? So before we head into that, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe. I would love to have you as part of my Disney family. Here on this channel, I will be bringing you Disney holiday planning and vlogs and hauls and all that kind of thing. I hope you would love it, and make sure you hit the bell to be notified when I post new videos so you don't miss any. So let me know in the comments, are you thinking about booking a Disney cruise? Have the announcements that you've heard so far made you feel more comfortable about it or put you off? Let me know in the comments what your plans are. So on to the Disney Magic at Sea staycations. There's been a lot of confusion with what's going to happen about booking and not a great deal of information until today. So initially they released some sale dates, then they were all taken down off the website, then they were put back up, and we can start booking as a general member of the public from the 30th of April. Prior to that, I think it's the 28th for Platinum and Gold cruising members, and the day before it's open to the public, which is the 29th. If you're a Silver cruise member, which I think means you've just been on one Disney cruise before, then you can book from that date. Now, the requirements for being able to sail have been released today. A lot of people are saying they're now not going to be able to go because of them. The question is, should you still be booking this Disney cruise if you were planning to book it or not? And I'm going to answer that for you now. So the big one that's causing a lot of controversy really is that Disney are now asking that anyone that boards the ship has been fully vaccinated at least 7 days prior to sailing, and they're defining fully vaccinated as having received both doses of the vaccine, and that applies to all adults over the age of 18. Now, I don't know what it's like in your area of the country. Please do let me know where you are and whether you have been offered the vaccine or not. Now, here where I am, I live in Wales, and I'm sure it's different in different areas of Wales as well, but people where I live have been offered the vaccine. I know if they're over the age of 37 because I had a text message a good few weeks ago saying if you're over the age of 37, please book in. I have had my first vaccine and my husband has had his a little while before me because he's a good bit older than me. We have both had the first dose of the vaccine, and all being well, we've been told that we should be able to have the second dose of the vaccine in 4 to 12 weeks. Now, my husband actually had his more than 4 weeks ago, so he could technically be called for his second dose of the vaccine any day. I should be fully vaccinated by the beginning of July, I believe, if it's within that 12-week period. But the thing that makes me nervous is, what if that vaccination doesn't come in? You know what supply of things has been like. So just because we are scheduled to be fully vaccinated before the sale dates doesn't mean that we will be. But what happens if we don't have that second dose before the ship sails? I will get to that in a second. So under the age of 18 are not expected to be vaccinated, obviously because it's not something being offered to under 18s at the moment in the UK. However, under 18s will have to have a negative COVID test, and it will have to be a test that is paid for privately by the family that is going. Disney have organised a deal. Apparently, I don't know what the deal is. They haven't sort of disclosed that yet. They have organised a package, a discount with a third-party company, but it will be an additional cost to be able to provide this test to prove that the under 18s in your party are negative for COVID prior to sailing. And that test has to be taken between 5 days and 24 hours prior to the sail date. Then when you get to the terminal, you will every member of your party, be expected to take a rapid antigen COVID test just to make sure it's safe for everyone to get onto the ship. And then there will be health screenings. So obviously if you test positive for COVID, you can't get on. If you have a temperature of over 38 degrees, you won't be able to board. And it also means every other member of your party will not be able to board either. Both on embarkation day and each day throughout the cruise, you will be expected for every member of your party to take a health questionnaire just to make sure everyone is well and everyone is staying safe. And then physical distancing obviously is important throughout the cruise, and the Disney Cruise Line have put up partitions and perspex and things like that throughout the ship where physical distancing is going to be more difficult, places where you'd need to queue, for example. Face coverings. Now, this was something that a lot of people asked me about, and there was a bit of confusion over. In the UK, anyone under the age of 11 is not expected to wear a face covering, but there were a few people saying that because it's Disney as opposed to just UK, they may enforce face coverings for everybody. The Disney Cruise Line have confirmed today that everyone over the age of 11 will have to wear a face covering, and this was expected because it's current UK law, isn't it, in public places. You'll be able to take them off if you're physically eating or drinking, if you're in your stateroom, or to take a photograph outside as long as you are stationary and still maintaining physical distancing. And obviously if you're swimming, then you won't need to wear one then either. They've got full details on their website about exactly the specifications of what your face coverings must be in order to be compliant with their policies. Now back to the big issue. Are we going to book this? Should you be booking this or not? So my initial reaction was, eek, I don't know what to do. Maybe we should try booking it as late as possible so that way if our second dose of vaccination is delayed, then we should still be able to get on that later sailing date. But then with the information I'm about to share with you now, I've kind of changed my mind on that. So a few things that have brought peace of mind for me. The Disney Cruise Line have extended the final payment date. I'm not exactly sure what the payment date is as standard on a Disney cruise, but they've extended it at the moment to 30 days before the day that you sail. I'm not sure what the amount of the deposit is you're expected to pay when you book, but you will not have to pay the balance until 30 days before you're due to travel. Something that's made me feel a bit better about booking is that they are offering a full refund for cancellations before that final payment deadline. So guests who cancel before the final payment deadline can receive a full refund without any Disney imposed cancellation fees. Now there are some exceptions to this, and you can check their website for that. I will link that below for various enhanced staterooms, things like that. If you cancel 30 days or more before you're due to sail, there is no fee for the refund. Between 29 to 15 days before you're due to sail, the fee would be 75% of the guest booking price, and in 14 days or less, it would be 100% of the booking price. So what that would mean for myself and my husband is we'd have to be fully vaccinated over a month before we travel, so we would have to receive that second dose a month before we left. So based on that information, I thought, well, we'll just book the date as late as possible out of the options that they have. Then I read this next bit. Disney Cruise Line are offering cruise date flexibility, and this means that guests can change their sail date up to 7 days before departure. So this led me to think, well, maybe we'd be better off booking a slightly earlier one, because that way if we weren't vaccinated or if one of us had a temperature or something, then we could move it to a later date. Then I got to the flexible refund policy. So according to their flexible refund policy, within 14 days of travelling, guests with qualifying COVID-related concerns, including having symptoms of COVID, having a temperature of over 38 degrees, having had known exposure to someone with COVID, so the track and trace, or having tested positive for COVID, government restrictions that come in, or guests over 18 that are not yet fully vaccinated for COVID would be able to receive a full refund or move their sail date to later on in the year. So based on this, I'm still thinking that going for the last dates in the year, as I originally thought, wouldn't be the answer, and perhaps going for an earlier sailing in July or August, with the option to, if someone in my party was ill or had been exposed to somebody through track and trace, because wouldn't that be a nightmare if you've just been in contact with someone and you're fully vaccinated but you've still got to isolate? Well, what a nightmare. Totally understand it's got to be done for safety, but how upsetting if that meant that you couldn't go on your Disney cruise. Under this policy, it would mean that you would be entitled to a full refund or would be able to reschedule the cruise for later in the year. Now, if I've promised my children we're going on a Disney cruise, I think I would rather reschedule the cruise for a few weeks later than end up missing out altogether and having the refund. So my gut is telling me that on the 30th, I'm still going to try my very best to book my family this Disney cruise. I will be vlogging that day so I can share the whole experience with you. I'm going to ask all the questions. If there are any questions you want me to ask Disney as I'm booking, drop those down in the comments below. So I will endeavour to get that vlog out as quickly as I can. I've also ordered a lot of stuff from Shop Disney for a massive haul, plus some other Disney bits from some other places. So look out for those hauls. Make sure you subscribe to the channel with bell notifications on. So let me know in the comments, based on what I've said today, are you thinking about booking a Disney cruise? Has any of this changed your mind? Where do you think you might be sailing for? How long do you think you might be going for? And let me know if you've cruised with Disney before, and if you've got any tips, I'd love to hear them. I will definitely be sharing my whole experience as we go through booking to packing to the actual vlogs, and then beyond that, planning our Disney park trips for 2022. So thank you so much for joining me for this video. If you have liked this video, please give it a massive thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when I post new videos. And there is no upload schedule on this channel. I was about to say Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday at 7 p.m. That's my other channel. That's my Mummy of 4 channel. So I have got some other videos on screen right now for you to check out. I've got one up here, which is another video you may enjoy from this channel, and one down here, which is another video you may enjoy from my main channel. I shall see you guys very, very soon. Mwah. Bye.